Hello. Hello, welcome to the streams. Hold on. Whoop. Hi. All right, let me make sure we can hear. Hi. Okay, we can.
Yep.
Great. Okay, I don't need this really at all, which begs the question why we even have it plugged in, but we might need it. So I have it anyway. All right, just give that to me. I'll put it over on the side. If we need it, I will give it to you. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the streams. I'm Icarus. This is Dadalus.
I'm Dadalus.
And we're here for the streams. I had the day off because 4th. You did not, but you got off early.
I had it off, but I can work it
to bank it. I need my drink. Okay.
Because I got off 2:30, so you still can participate in everything.
Yeah. So we were supposed to start earlier at 7. I'm sorry, we got out to dinner a little bit late. We had to meet with my mom who joined us, and she came out a little bit late too. So it's okay. I had to get some stuff done, but we're here now. Today we are going to be doing not a game. We will be talking about that later, but today we are going to be doing in honor of 4th of July for anyone who lives in America. We're doing our 4th of July dive because we can, so why not?
And any liberals that don't want to live here,
Oh my
hit the road, Jack.
Don't
We'll make
cancel
it
me immediately when we start. Please.
Hit
At
the road,
least
Jack.
let me cancel for the Lord and His
Hit the
love,
road.
not for a political stance.
If you don't love it, leave it.
Please. Anyway, so we are here to do fun, trash America stuff,
We can do that.
which is fun and not at all controversial and just fine. So we're going to do some fun tier lists because next week, Dadless and I will not be doing a dive, and we will not be doing anything like that because we're going to be vacation kind of time. So I figured this week would be good. Okay, so I've got some tier lists ready, Dallas. Are you ready? It's all.
Wait. What about sports moment?
It's the summer.
Okay, just quickly. My Gators
Are doing nothing. It's the summer.
They made it to the
Oh my!
baseball.
I'm gonna
World
get my
Series.
drink. You keep going.
They did great. They ended up losing.
Baseball, America's most wasteful pastime.
They made it to the national championship game.
They
They fell a little short, but I was telling Icarus, I'm a football guy, not a baseball guy. Although I played baseball my whole life, from 10 years old through high school. I love baseball, but I can't watch it. I mean, I'm a football guy. But
because it's the most boring sport
no, it's a
to
great
view.
sport. It's a fantastic
It is the most. I would rather watch golf.
Anyway, no, you would.
Yes, I would. You want to try me?
That's ridiculous. So anyway, I always tell them that football is a game of inches. And if you watch football like I do, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth down, you go for it. They pull the sticks out. I mean, inches make games. Baseball, not as much. Although, it's so funny when you think, what if?
Mm-hmm.
There was a part in the game. First game, they're playing LSU. Very good team. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was bottom of the ninth. It's tie ball game, 3-all.
Bottom of the ninth means the end of the nightmare is almost.
Yeah, I mean the bottom ninth. So, but we have a guy on second base, and Florida hits a line drive steamer in the left field.
Good, keep going.
And the left fielder turns and takes off after it. He leaps, he catches it. And when I talk about game of inches, we think of football, you don't think of baseball, but here's one that is a game of inches. When they showed the replay, he literally caught the ball in the very tip of his mitt. I mean, I've caught balls like that. You do that from time to time. It's not like you can't do it. But the ball's halfway out, and I started thinking, if that ball is literally half an inch higher, the ball would have plowed through the glove because he wouldn't have got enough of the ball. He got just enough to get around the fat parts. The tip of it's out. So if you lift that ball up, maybe even less than half an inch, with the power of the ball's moving and at the angle, it would have hit the glove, but he wouldn't have been able to clamp down on it enough, and it would have popped right out. And with the guy on second base, this is if, and it didn't happen, so congratulations on them. But if it had, just game of inches, the guy from second base scores, the game's over. Florida would have won 4-3. That's the bottom of the ninth.
But
he didn't. Then they ended up going in 11th inning. Guy hit a home run. They won 4-3. The second game, so let's say half an inch, just to prove my point. The second game, Florida beat them 24-4.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball is a funny game, especially in college. I mean, how do you lose 4-3 and you beat them 24? So, but I'm saying, if the ball had popped down, somehow he muffs it.
Then they win.
They won the national title.
No, national title. But then they went to the third game, and then they got crushed.
And yeah, I think it was like 17-4.
And they got crushed.
Yeah, their bats. And that's so. When I heard they scored 24 runs, I thought, well, it's never a good sign. It's like a basketball player and they say, oh, he scored 50 points. It's because sometimes you're so hot you can close your eyes and just kill it. And other times you can't hit bats. You can't hit the ground with the
Consistency.
ball. So the next game, you generally don't score 24 runs.
Consistency.
So now, but I don't care. They got there, man. I mean, they've won it.
I don't care
They
at all.
won it
It's
4 years ago. So I think it's 5 years ago, actually. 4 or 5 years ago. It'd be fun to say they won it. I mean, they just won the national title in golf. So I did watch a YouTube video, and it was.
Are you going to talk about their greatness in golf now?
Yeah, they're great at golf school.
Oh my God,
but no, well, they got everybody in the Olympics and stuff. But they rated the top 10 college athletic programs in the country. So I knew Florida would be in there. And you got 3 football titles, you got 2 basketball titles. They were back to back to back. They got unlimited swimming, golf, tennis, baseball, all these national titles. They got a lot of them. There are other schools that have more, but they have more overall in a lot of different sports. So I thought, okay, there'll be 5. They were number 1. Because I got to number 2, and I was like, really? You're not, Florida's got to be in the top 10. And they were number 1. I was like, oh, okay. And it's pretty much, they said in this thing, I mean, they're pretty much well known as the best overall athletic university in the country.
Very good.
So there you go.
Can we do our tier list now?
I know you were
Are we
waiting.
done? Oh, we all wait.
We have to talk it. Oh, and in recruiting in number 2, 2024. This year we'll struggle a little bit, but man, are they freaking
2024, we're not there yet.
No, but they're recruiting for next year. You recruit.
Oh,
kids
right. Yeah,
and they're number 2, right?
Because we're already past the recruiting for this year.
Yeah.
We're done. Like, what you have is what you have. Okay,
we got what we got. We just need a quarterback. It probably won't happen, so we'll live with what we got.
And that means what if you don't have a quarterback? Because you told me multiple times.
Unless this guy turns out to be something. Which
I know. But if you do not, what does that mean? You have said before.
Yeah, if he's not a good quarterback, you're not winning.
There we go.
So I'm crossing my fingers that the quarterback.
That we can add something to the high part of the list for the last years.
The team we had was a 5-star years ago. He just didn't turn out. He went to play at Wisconsin.
We went over him. We went over all of them.
But we got DJ Lagway coming in, and he's all everything. So.
All right.
I'm just saying he's recruiting. We're starting to get back where we were.
Okay, so in honor of all of America, not just our tiny little offshoot corner that could fall into the water any
It's all that
time.
matters.
California
will fall off in the water, not Florida. We're a sandbar. We're not going anywhere. We don't
Oh yeah, because they're on a plate. I guess so.
But
we could be like overrun and just like mother down.
Sandbar's not going anywhere, but the west coast of the country could snap off.
Don't say a word. Anyway, so don't say a word. We're honoring all of America. Don't say a word. Bite your tongue. So we will be doing a very fun, non-controversial series of tier lists today.
Let's do
I got 2. We are not. I thought about.
Don't you guys want to see a controversial?
I thought about doing at first one about presidents, and then I realized, holy crap, no! And so we're not doing that.
So you want me to hammer the doofus?
Close your eyes and let me get up what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll turn backwards.
All right. So the first one, because let's do this one first. I wasn't going to do it, but let's do this one first. Don't open it yet. Don't open it yet.
I'm looking the other way.
I'm just checking. All right. So let me boop this so we can't, because last time I forgot to do that. All right. So we, ladies and gentlemen, will be doing for our first one. You can turn around. I think you know most of these. Sitcoms. What's more American than American TV of the general American lifestyle? So there are a lot down here. Some of these you might know, some of them you might not.
I'll be honest if I don't.
So we might have some that I haven't seen. I've seen a decent amount, but I haven't seen everything. So just
all right. So what's S stand for?
S is the best. S is like top of the top tier. We're talking. S is like cream of the crop, like absolute. A is very high. A is like, yep, amazing. B and then you go. You know these down here. You had your grades in school. You're familiar with these.
I lived in this area.
Yeah. This is where he lived.
Some C's and then a D and
yeah, this is what you got.
What was homework?
Dadalus was not
good.
What
was this homework
Guys,
I heard about?
Okay. For anyone who is younger who's watching streams, hi. Make sure your parents know you're here. This is
go do your homework.
We do your summer. They don't homework. We do get a little money.
Go
just
do it
ask about your
anyway.
parents. Guys, if you're in school right now, if you want to make a good grade, please just take this advice. Just do the homework. I know it sucks, but if you do it,
but why do it?
Your grade.
I've got a job. I make a lot of money, so why waste your time?
You are blessed beyond what you deserve, and you do not deserve the job. God has given you so much. I don't want to hear a word from you. You do not deserve the paycheck you get. I work. Anyway, do your homework, guys. That's all you gotta do, and you'll make a good grade. It's that easy, or at least like decently pass it. You get a B easy with that.
Or watch a little TV instead.
Gosh. All right, TV. Who the frick watches TV?
I did back in my day. So
Speaking of TV, all right. So we're gonna rate some of these. Okay, here's the thing. Some of these Dadless and I will both know. There's only gonna be one tier list because some of these Dadless and I will both know. Some only I will know.
Next time is like 70s and 80s.
I tried to look for that. I really couldn't find. This had the most. Okay. Trust me, I looked. This had the most comprehensive list of everything I thought you knew about.
All right, we'll see.
So some of these I'll know. Some of these he will know. Sometimes both of us. But it's gonna be
like in the way.
I'm trying to keep. It has to be in a way where they can hear. All right, so we're gonna do it like that, and we'll see what happens. Okay,
let's rock.
You ready? All right. So first off is 30 Rock. Speaking of Rock, 30 Rock. Do you know 30 Rock?
Yeah, it's not.
Wow. I thought you would know this one.
Nah, it's not really one I ever watched.
I've seen.
Who's in? Isn't that
very little?
I may have been thinking Third Rock from the Sun.
Hold on, 30
but
Rock.
I know it. I'm pretty sure I know what 30 Rock is.
It has Tina Fey in it.
Tina Fey. No, I ain't watching.
Okay, Dad. Give me a sec.
She's
Let me
cute,
see
but
I remember. It's for Saturday Night Live.
Typical stupid.
But I don't. I remember like barely anything from it. Like I know a little, but not very much.
I'm gonna say haven't seen it. She's annoying anyway.
Why is she annoying, Father?
She's a hardcore.
Okay, there it is.
She's an idiot liberal.
There you go. All right, we're gonna say haven't seen because I've seen clips, but I don't know very much about it. I just know, it's kind of cute. All right, how about Third Rock from the Sun? You know that one, right?
Third Rock from the Sun. I don't kind of. How would you go? It's Big Bang Theory meets Mork and Mindy.
I don't know what Mork and Mindy is.
Mork and Mindy came out in the late 70s. It was
Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, who's that guy?
Rock from the Sun.
Actually, he died a couple years ago. What was his name? Flubber?
What is his name?
Guys, you'll find out I'm really bad with names. I
I
can't pull them out of my head.
When was this?
That was late 90s.
1996.
Yeah, mid 90s. They were like aliens from another planet.
Oh.
I mean, they were goofy and
so it's like
Big Bang.
Like Pinheads. No.
Yeah, but if you ever watched Mork and Mindy, it was Mork and Mindy meets Big Bang Theory.
But it's like Pinheads. Like they came in, they're like, "Oh, we are made."
Yeah, yes, it was kind of funny. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch it all the time.
Third Rock from the Sun. It's Earth.
I would say, yeah,
cute. I get it.
You just got that?
Yeah, I've never really thought about the show.
Remember, do your homework. I didn't do my homework, and I knew that. He's a
science guy, though. We talked all about science before we got started. We talked about magnetism and like energy and how it works. You guys know that if you had like a giant, tell me about the cannon thing.
The cannon thing?
If you had a giant can without a bullet or anything.
Well, because of the amount of energy coming. Okay, if you took can we just?
Yeah, sure.
If you took a battleship,
okay. For anyone who doesn't know, I showed him the second to newest episode of One Piece. No spoilers, but it involves Law and Kid, for anyone who knows. And there's a scene that has a lot of kids involved, so there's a lot of magnetism and stuff, trash magnetism. Mm-hmm. So I showed him that, and there's like a fire beam thing. I'm not going to go into it because I won't spoil. And I was like, did that happen? He's like, yeah, you don't charge
have to have
energy
a bullet
and just
hit you.
Fire.
The amount of energy coming out, you stand in front of a battleship with 16-inch guns. Okay, we won't put a bomb in there. But if you stood in front of it, just the energy coming out, it would blow your head straight off your body.
And that's because the
energy coming out,
the explosion.
Well, sure, you're hitting the gunpowder, and for every action, there's an opposite reaction. So it's going to explode in every direction. The only way out is the one hole in the front.
And we learned that energy is not just like the reaction. It's actually like the force that something does.
Yeah.
Whenever you collect, like we talked about it so well earlier, when you get motors going and like
It builds up a
things
charge.
there's a compactment because all matter as God created wants to be in homeostasis because he is a God of order and love. And because of that, whenever there's a
building of one side and less on the other, when you separate,
and
it's going to want to get back
go out in
together.
the least the path of least resistance.
Yep.
Because it's not going to go out against the metal side.
Look, you
it's going to go
pull
out
negative
the
and positive charges apart, they want to be together. So when you, like a battery, you pull them apart, create a circuit, and it's going to flow to the other side.
And so the fact that you could just have like an empty cannon and blow something away is crazy.
Yeah, the amount of force coming out of that gunpowder. It's probably right.
So it's so weird because I always thought of like science like whenever you fire things off, it's like very meticulous. Really, all it is it's very crude. It's a mass big bill of energy. Go that way.
No.
Destroy everything in that area.
Expanding.
Well, that's what I mean. Like a mass energy released that way against my enemy. That's like all of it.
A bullet's not really bullets thrown, basically.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like you just
the gunpowder expands and throws it out of there.
Yeah, like I always see like in comic book and shonen battle, you see like these big energy blasts like Kamehameha, but all this is just like condense energy. Okay, go that way.
Yeah.
And just eradicate everything in that area.
There's got to be a reason to go that way.
Yeah, but like it's so crude. It's just like. But okay, so throw rock from the sun.
I'm gonna go D. It was okay. It wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't as funny as you thought it would be.
Because the premise was good.
Was funny,
but remember, as we've learned, and I stand by this till my death, concept is only at best half of anything. If you execution
the actors
so much more
good. It's just,
they're fine.
Sometimes you get people to just drop it perfectly.
All right, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I have no idea.
I know what it is. I've never seen all of it, but I've seen clips, especially recently. I've started to watch them. All right, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is basically it's you ever seen Psych? No. It's like there's a precinct. Okay, think of it this way. It's kind of like Parks and Recreation for a police department. Kind of. It is a little more real than that, but it is. I've seen bits about it. I watched some of the clips for I forgot the main guy's name, but him and the main girl's relationship is very cute. And it seems cute. It seems good. I haven't seen it, so I don't feel like I should rate it. But I did kind of like it. Like from what I saw, I was like, this looks cute. I could get into this.
If you haven't watched a number of episodes.
Yeah, I can't, but I do think it's kind of cute from what I've seen. Arrested Development. Okay, you definitely haven't seen it. Anyone who knows Arrested Development. Okay, I have not seen it, but I've heard the reputation, and I've seen like an episode. It is for anyone who's watching. It's very much like if anyone knows it. Here it is. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's very unhinged. It's very. I don't think you'd like it. It's a little newer humor where it's very unhinged and like the characters are all like not okay as it's kind of, how like in Married with Children the characters are kind of like not great people and everything, but it's like that, but they're also mentally not stable, so it kind of goes really off the rails. I've heard it's very funny. I've heard the second season or something was like really good, or third. I've never seen it though, so we're gonna put it here, but I do know about it. So, all right, Big Bang. This one know.
Big Bang is an absolute S. I don't think it's that good. The first 4 or 5 years I thought was the funniest show I'd seen.
I don't think it's that good.
Well, is this your list or mine?
We're having to do it together.
Okay.
I think Parks and Rec is way better than
that. No. Big Bang to me is absolutely. I laughed so hard when that thing first came out because I knew people like that in IT. I was in IT for a long time.
Please,
there are
cancel
people like that. I'm sorry. I thought all the actors played their part perfectly. It is to me, it's an S, and I'm going to fight for an S. After they've gone 5 years, you've done everything there has to do. But I'm telling you, the first 5 years. Like after the first 2 years after they brought Amy in, probably a couple years after that, okay, you've kind of done it all. Now they had the date when you get married. Okay, you kind of done it. But from when they first brought Amy in, maybe the first or second year after that, to the beginning, I thought was a masterpiece. I thought it was brilliantly written, perfectly dropped out there for you
You
to
just like
see.
listen. You just like laughing at nerds.
No, but well, I can seen so I can relate to them. I've worked in the IT world. I've seen these people.
But you're not.
No, I
No,
was
he
not
was
a
not. He's not.
programmer.
He's
I
not.
wasn't a programmer. But it was fun. I'm sorry. I'm going with S.
Okay, for the record, we're gonna put it up there because he's fighting for it that hard. I do not think it's that good. I do think it's funny. I'd give it a B, maybe an A. I do think it's funny. I think it's pretty well put together. I don't think it's that good.
I'm fighting.
I'll
take you down on the
I
floor.
will allow, and I will
Yeah.
not. I will not die on that hill.
That is in my top 5 of all time, bro.
There we go. That's part of it. Well, actually, this is better.
Yeah, that's better.
All right, Boy Meets World. You've never seen it? I was hoping you would have. Dang it.
I've heard of it.
It's very classic. I've never seen it, guys. I'm sorry. I thought
well,
you
after
would.
I got certain age,
I know. I was hoping that one was old, that it was old
I
enough
don't
for
even know
you.
who's in it, but the name rings a bell.
I know of it. I know it's a pretty legendary sitcom, from what I understand. It's very touching the heart in a lot of ways, too. But I don't know very much about it. I wish I would have seen it so I could rate it.
Well,
All right, we'll put it here. I apologize for anyone who likes Boy Meets World. We don't dislike it. We just didn't grow up with it, unfortunately. Cheers. You can do this
I
one.
love Cheers.
Zim. I didn't watch it.
Absolutely.
Before my time.
I can't
Not
put
an S?
Can't put an S.
You can put Big Bang in S,
Big
but
Bang was
not
better.
Cheers.
Big Bang was better.
Cheers is like legendary.
It is legendary, but
what does Big Bang have that Cheers doesn't?
it's just the delivery. Some of the funny lines I connected with a little more than Cheers. Cheers was great, but I thought every episode of Big Bang to me was hilarious up until.
All right, I got you. So what was good about Cheers?
Oh man, it's all the same. Wasn't one-liners. It was situational comedy.
Which is what he likes.
Yeah, because one-liners are fine,
Okay.
but if you live on them, it's stupid. I mean, you can't. You gotta have a story. It was situationally funny. Yeah, I don't know how to tell you.
It's the one where the first
At the
episode
bar.
is the woman runs away from her marriage, right? And she
goes off to this guy to get married, and he's going
First
to tell his
episode.
wife he's divorcing to come back for her, and she leaves her all day and comes back. She's like, that woman, she's amazing. She's like, oh great, because he got pulled back in, but.
and she comes into the bar and then she gets involved. That's like the first episode, right?
No. The girl he meets.
Wasn't that Cheers?
That was Cheers, but you remember the guy comes in
I've seen the
with
first
her.
episode. It's like all I see.
in Cheers, and he says, I'm going to leave here for a couple hours. So I go talk to what's her name.
Yes, and then she's like
So
heartbroken.
the bar guy hits on her, and he
so
comes back, he
that
dumps her.
connects her to the bar.
She needs a job,
So-
so off we go.
Okay.
Cheers, if you haven't seen Cheers, please go
No!
watch it.
Sorry. No!
It was brilliantly written, perfectly acted.
Come on. No! Here we go. Give it its due.
Norm always had one. He'd come in and go, something like, hey, Norm, how's life treating you? Like a baby treats a diaper. But that's not funny. Well, it is when the way they said it, the situation, the way it was set up, the delivery, it was hilarious. Just that one little line.
All right, so Cheers 8.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Community. All right. You definitely have seen it. I've seen clips. Yes, I know. It's like, you keep seeing clips. Look, I spend a lot of time just watching clips on stuff. I almost watch all of Aqua Teen Hummer Force through clips. I don't know why. So, it is, okay, once again, kind of like Parks and Rec, more mean-spirited, I will say that.
Okay.
But it's a community college where a bunch, we should probably watch some of these, where a bunch of, different roads of life of people came together, and, they have like a study room. There's like a community study.
Okay.
And they all form like a friendship kind of thing based on it.
Like the Breakfast Club?
Kind of, but mean-spirited. Once again, the main guy is a lawyer who like had his license up, like he let it elapse.
Okay.
And then he realizes, oh shoot, I have to go back and get these credits. Crap. And so he comes back and he gets involved with this group. He's like kind of I don't want to be part of this crap. You guys are idiots.
He's above
But he gets involved because, no, what are you guys doing? Oh my god. He actually starts caring, that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is very good. It is also, once again, mean-spirited. It is. I've seen it's that whole, you treat the ones you love the worst.
Yeah.
But you guys would die for each other.
Yeah.
Deep down, you'll never say it.
Where are you
though.
going to put that?
I can't put it
Oh,
anywhere
yeah,
because I haven't seen it. But that's kind of the breakdown.
Okay.
And I've seen clips. It is the reason I think it would be good is see you like Dadalus likes situational humor. Some people I like character humor. When you establish
That's situational.
we overlap with each other. However, yours is more
well,
like
you can't have situational if they don't build
exactly. But
They
yours
go
is
hand in hand.
true. But you can laugh at a situation that's just funny. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I'm like, I don't know the characters, so I don't really care. If a situation is not super funny, I'll see you not laugh, but I'm like super into it because I know these characters. Yes, this freaking piece, you know he's gonna say. I need the character built up to laugh. That's why I love One Piece because a lot of it is.
Well, how do you watch all those stupid things on the internet?
Because I know those.
You think they're so funny and they're brain dead dumb.
But
you
usually
show me all these.
because I know the characters. Because I know the characters.
That's funny to you.
Because I know the characters. Like whenever I watch, I watch Game Grumps a lot. When I watch them, I know Aaron and Dan. When Aaron misspells the word I as EWE in that confident statement, it is hilarious. Not just because he misspelled it and Dan's getting on his butt. Go watch that. It's from Breath of the Wild playthrough. It's really good. It's not just that. It's I know the two of them. And the fact Aaron would so confidently, that's EWE. And it just break down and start to fit. No, he made a mistake. He was playing the game at the same time. His brain can't, he made an honest mistake. But it's funny because he was so confident, and I know that's his person. I know how he is. So I know he did that by accident, but played it off. And it's funny because I know that person, and I know the humor coming from it. Does that make sense?
Right, so where are you going to put this?
But yeah, so I can't put it anywhere right now. However, this is honestly a good list for us to check out maybe sometime. But yeah, Community I've heard is very good. All right, My Name is Earl. Did you ever watch it?
I watched a few of them.
That's enough.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen it. I can't.
I never watched enough to even get the point of it.
Is it? Based on what you saw, was it okay?
I couldn't figure out what it was about.
Do you want to put it anywhere?
I mean, I did see enough of them, but didn't catch my eye because I wouldn't watch it. Other than the girl under, I thought was good looking.
How many?
3?
That's kind of the minimum.
3.
3 full, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough.
What
was it? What about it wasn't catchy?
I couldn't figure out where they were trying to go with it. It's kind of all over the place.
Too sporadic, too scatterbrained. Okay, well, that's focused now.
Yeah.
All right, Family Matters. This is all you.
No, you're thinking of Family Ties.
Family Matters.
I don't know what Family Matters is.
This is an old one, I thought. Look at the
You're thinking of Family Ties. Family Matters.
Family Matters is... You are failing me. I thought you would know so many of these.
I know a lot. Some of these.
Hold on. Give me a second. Family Matters. I want to see when this came out. 1989. How do you know? Oh, it's Urkel.
Oh, is that
it's Urkel?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't recognize his name. No, I didn't watch Urkel.
But did you see enough of it? Okay.
I watched.
Tell me about
Urkel.
I didn't see it.
Family Matters was kind of like the other one with what's his name in it.
You know the old stuff.
Oh, it's got to be in here. Oh, what's the guy that slapped the guy in the face?
Oh, not Chris Tucker.
Chris
not
Rock.
Chris Tucker.
And he won a Grammy for playing. Oh, no, Grammy.
Bill Cosby.
No.
Not Bill Cosby. What am I saying? I don't know names.
I know. I can see him played in iRobot.
He played in I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Yeah. It's kind of that theme.
Will Smith?
Will Smith. Yes.
Yeah, Will Smith.
It's kind of that.
Chris Rock. It's not Chris Rock, man.
He slapped.
He classed up Chris Rock. Yes. Will Smith. Thank you.
Okay. My problem was Urkel drove me crazy. He was so annoying.
I do that?
They thought he was so awkward with the stupid suspenders. So they thought he would be
voice
funny,
of the original Sonic.
But there's a fine line.
There is.
And they didn't hit it.
So he went into Jar Jar Binks territory.
Yes. He was annoying. I felt nothing funny about him. He'd stand and push his glasses up. And they thought, okay, with this goofy kid.
Okay, so hold on. So you're
funny.
saying nerds were done well here,
yes,
but not with Urkel here.
Oh,
what was the difference?
The writing, the acting. It just didn't come off as that. It came off as, it'll be funny.
A stereotype, maybe, instead of a stereotype, but that actually has a character
with that voice, some lines, it'll be funny. No, it wasn't.
So where would you put even for the rest of the show?
It sucked.
Okay.
It sucked.
Frasier. Okay, I've heard so many good things about Frasier.
It's
an offshoot of Cheers, right?
It's an offshoot of Cheers.
I've heard it's better. I've heard it's incredible.
No, it's not better Cheers. But Frasier was one of the characters.
I think Batman loves Frasier.
Oh.
Jesse Cox.
He was one of the characters.
Yeah.
Norm, right? Norm. No, Norm was Norm. And then you had the postman. Oh, what was his name? And then you had Frasier. Mm-hmm. And he was not in the first 3 episodes. Maybe 4. He came in maybe 3rd season. Not episode, but season. And he was funny from the get-go. Just another character he brought in. Not the people liked him that when Cheers went off the air, they said, hey, we could get he plays the same character.
It's supposed to be the same universe. Same universe.
Oh, it's supposed to be that he moved from Boston. And, sometimes they'll take a character that has nothing connection with the original. It does. They're like, oh, yeah, I used to live in Boston and used to go to Cheers. So they didn't try and separate.
The Cleveland show. Family Guy.
Yeah, but he moved. He just moved. That's all. No, I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good.
What was the humor? Tell me a little bit. Is it just another Cheers?
It's him and his... No. In Cheers, he's a psychologist.
Okay.
And he shows up to drink a beer with his buddy of a postman. They're all just a place to hang out. And you knew he was a psychologist because he was sitting there because the blonde-headed girl brought him in. And halfway through the show, you didn't know the character. He's sitting there and she goes, yeah, you are crazy. Ask Mr. Frazier. And he's like, he kind of sits there, I just think he's a psycho. And he's like, who the hell is this guy? He's like, oh. So he was introduced into the show.
So what was the humor of Frasier?
Well, Frasier was he was supposed to have moved, and then he just has his own life. He has a radio show where he gives advice about psychology, and like Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil on the radio. And then he had a nice apartment, and he had his brother lived there, his dad. This cleaning lady who's supposed to be attractive and made it odd in character. And then he had a girl at work who was actually good looking. One like, I like her, but we're not supposed to tell each other. That kind of thing. The dad was goofy. So just situational comedy. That's all it was. And it was in Seattle.
Okay, yeah, like the tower thing.
So I would give it C.
Really? That low? I've heard it's very good.
It was okay to me. I never...
That much worse than Cheers?
If it came on, oh yeah. Oh no, it's not near Cheers. Not in my opinion.
Okay.
No way.
Okay. I've never seen it, so I can't. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's the one we were just asking about for Urkel. That's the one Will Smith played in. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Do you know the concept?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. I have to. I'm from the 90s. No. I have to. I have to do this.
You got it right.
I have to do this. Let me tell you all about how my life got turned upside down. I can't do the rest of it. I'm supposed to know the song. Everyone knows the opening song. Like,
I don't know.
Playing some b-ball down by the school.
He's supposed to be
the opening
kid.
I know, it's in the song, yes. It's
yeah. To be honest with you, I
he got moved from the Bronx or something.
Yeah, I thought it was okay, like a D. It did nothing for me.
I've seen like bits of it. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, and the baseball court is where I spent most of my days thinking about Wilson Center.
I just never thought it was funny.
So I found those guys who were up to no good. Down in my neighborhood. It's
Who? It's fine. Oh.
The playground where I spent most of yeah. He gets moved. He's from like West Philadelphia.
I never thought it.
Difficult urban part of the world, but he got moved to like the posh.
Is that your tech guru that lives in town?
He's not tech. No.
He's a programmer.
He's not a programmer. No.
Who is that?
This is.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You know what? Gotcha. But yeah. So it's basically like it's kind of like what was the show about the hillbillies who struck gold?
Oh, the Beverly Hillbillies.
It's kind of like Beverly Hillbillies, but a little different.
But they're an affluent family, and they brought him in. So he's like the street kid, and the other kids are
it's still a fish out of water kind of situation.
Yeah, because he's a fish out of water. They're
like they were
rich. They're like they'd be like the Cosby kids, and he brought the street kid.
What I'm saying is, it's like the
No, the Beverly Hillbillies was a whole thing was a bunch of back.
Yeah, but they're fish out of water.
They're fish out of water.
It's the same kind of concept. Yeah.
It's
a real life isekai.
But he street played off their prim and properness. In the Beverly Hillbillies, there was no other than
they played with the others. So not the same. Anyway, so what would you rate it?
I'm going D. I never cared.
I thought it was okay. I would say C. It seemed pretty cheery.
If you want to go for C, that's fine.
I haven't seen a lot of it, but from what I've seen, I'm like, this is cute. Like, he learns little lessons. He's kind of a fast talker, but he's got a good heart. You know, it's like, oh, okay. All right, here we go. Gotta be this way.
All right, here's the funny thing about Friends.
Tell all about your story. I've barely seen it, so it's all him.
I got to tell you about Friends.
Yeah, tell them all about Friends. Tell me all about your friends.
It was made, what, 90 through 2000-ish, something like that?
Keep going. I'll look it up.
I think it's 90 to 2000.
Keep going.
I never watched it for like 30 years. I mean, I saw it. It just annoyed me. I thought it was just, I was like, I'm not watching this ridiculous, stupid show.
1994 was when it started.
Okay, to like 2006?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was 10 years.
Yeah.
94, did you say?
94 is when it started.
So 2004. I never watched
2004 is last.
I was like, I'm not watching. Other than Jennifer Aniston, I'm not watching these.
She's very pretty.
They look freaking stupid. I hated it. I'd see it start, like, what a bunch of...
You were like that. You were to that as I was to One Piece.
Yeah.
Going, I'm freaking God.
I'm not watching this ridiculous shit. I didn't watch it.
Don't judge the shows by its cover, guys.
So here's the deal. We go to lunch and break at work. This is probably 3 years ago, maybe 4.
Wow. Yeah. It hasn't been that long.
Well, longer. And so, our 15-minute break, that's what it was. So I'd sit and watch a little bit of it because it was thing on. And it kind of grew on me. And so I got some of it, but I started laughing. I was like, oh my gosh. So I need to quit watching these. I watched it for about a month.
Of just like clips.
Little clips.
Yep, like I do.
And I thought, so I went home, I told the wife, I said, I think the show might be worth watching. We're only 25 years late or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's brand new to me. The first year was good. Kind of remember Married with Children, the first year was
use
good.
the first. Everyone uses the first to get your feet.
Yeah. So I thought the first year, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But
season 2 and later.
I thought, I was one of my favorites of all time. I absolutely busted a gut with this show. I thought it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
What makes it good? Tell
Oh, my God. First one, I didn't want to watch it because I thought some of the characters were just dorky. But I didn't watch
One Piece. Yep.
But then I watched them. And I thought...
And they grow on you.
It grew. It grew big time. So much so that I feel I could do an S or an A. I don't know.
With how much you love it, it's got to be S. And how much
I really do love it. I really do love it.
But what makes it good? Defend it.
It's comfortable to watch, number one.
It is comfortable. I've barely seen it. I'm like, okay, I could definitely be comfortable
the
watching.
Situations, and like I say, things are funny in the what's that? How you drop it? What's that called?
Framing. Framing. No.
Presentation.
No, shut up. It's concept and execution. The execution.
Yeah. And they just every character. Now the one guy's annoying, and you want to be. Everybody hates him.
It's framed well.
So you want to punch him in the face because he's annoying.
You're supposed to. He's supposed to be bad.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh shit.
And the other girl too. Because I saw her later when she did all the stuff to her face.
She's okay.
But I always thought she was kind of skinny, but I still think she like it. I can't remember her name.
What about Phoebe?
No.
Good character though.
Oh yeah, she was Space Cadet. I'm going S. Okay.
It has to. It's freaking Friends. Also, we're doing this.
I have a heart. No, Big Bang is a friend of Friends.
No. Yeah. Bullshit. No, I refuse. I've never even seen Friends.
Does this spot matter?
Normally it doesn't, but I'm doing it for that. No, it is. Yeah. You can't. This is taking the world. This was everywhere.
That's why I hated it. I was like, these people know.
Oh, Mr. Hipster Dadalus. Oh. And Babel Sensei, you can agree with that, right? If everyone likes it, okay.
Well,
I'm picking on him
because
Babel Sensei is always like that.
Fake gushing and crap.
But you did cry.
What? Well,
you did feel for it whenever you were there.
I just enjoyed it. I didn't feel crap.
No, whenever the characters broke up or had trouble, you feel it.
No. I thought, you're dumping Jennifer Aniston for this twit you're dating?
Okay.
Quit being
no spoilers. All right.
Sure,
Full House. I have nothing.
That's it's
before me. I can't.
Okay, type of. I'm maybe getting confused. I want to make sure
it's Full House. It's the one with the guy who did Funniest Home Videos.
Oh. See, there's 3 of them, very kind of similar.
Yeah, it's Full House.
I never watched it.
You've seen it though.
Yes, I know it very well. I've watched it. I don't know how many times, and yeah, I never laughed. I never laughed. I don't get it.
I think it was going for the whole
They had all
wholesomeness
the
with the little.
fake. It's annoying. Yeah, that guy with that stupid voice. No,
Where does
don't
it
waste your
go?
time with it.
Can't be
F. It's
really?
It's terrible.
How many have you seen?
About 20? I mean, I've seen
Oh, okay,
a lot.
yeah. If
I
you've
mean, I know
seen
what
it.
it is.
All right. The Goldbergs. Did you ever
I
see
never
it?
watched it. That's like a takeoff on that 70s show. It's just the 80s.
I got nothing.
They're
I've never
supposed to be
seen
the
it.
80s. Think of 70s show, that 70s. They could have called this that 80s show.
Okay. Growing Pains. Did you ever see it? I've heard
Yeah,
of it. I
that's
got
with
nothing. I'll look it up because I have to ask.
what's his
something.
name? That's a great Christian, and they're just hammering him everywhere he goes, and he's sticking by his guns. Good for you, buddy. He gave it all up. He was an atheist. And very popular.
Lord touches who he
Girls loved him. He was like, I don't know, 17 or 16, whatever.
Growing Pains.
He threw it all
really
away. And
seen this.
his sister is on. Let me see the copy. Make sure I got it. Yes.
Keep going. Keep talking.
But the show was funny. I watched it all the time. It was a very popular show. It wasn't overly funny. He played the young kid.
What's
all
the
the
premise?
girls like.
Is it
Suburban
just
family.
Suburban family. Standard?
He's a good-looking kid. All the girls at school like him, but he's kind of dumb.
So he's a
the
himbo.
sister is younger. She's like a brainiac, kind of nerdy. She's kind of jealous of him because everybody likes him. He's a free-spirited kid. Then they had the younger brother that was just annoying. Kind of Lizzie McGuire, remember the younger brother just was there.
Yeah, sure.
The dad was he a psychologist, and then the mother was a housewife. But yeah, he threw it all away. He found the Lord, and like,
That's
I'm
awesome.
done with Hollywood. And his sister is she was on Hallmark forever. Now she's on American Family because they're going two left. Cameron Bure, she's been in a lot of movies. So that's his sister.
What do you think?
I just see. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
It's like kind of like
If I saw it on TV,
Is it?
I'd
You
sit and
mean
watch it
so? You're
one
saying
day.
Frasier's as good as it?
Yes, it's in the same.
Oh, so Frasier's not B then.
No.
Okay. All right, here we go. How I Met Your Mother. You've never seen it?
I saw it and I don't like it.
How many times have you seen it? How many
About
episodes?
4 or 5. I don't like
Okay, you have. Okay.
I don't like any of the actors. I don't like. I think they pushed. I have a reason I don't like it, so I don't like it.
I've barely seen it. I've got nothing. Going by the humor, going by it, would you put it anywhere above F?
No.
Even D? Third Rock?
No.
Really F? All right, if that's what you say.
That was 4 stars.
I don't have much, so I can't say. All right.
What are you saying?
Bible studies. Psych papers have been published on how effective and efficient Friends was as a sitcom. This show has been used as therapy for kids and adults. Success boils down to one thing: the actors believed and loved one another. The show itself. By no means perfect, but the magic for some reason can't be replaced. How Much Your Mother was supposed to be a 2000 version of Friends.
I agree with them. You felt the characters. It was a comedy, but they really connected with. They loved each other, no doubt about it. In some of these shows, they try to do that, and there's no connection.
You can't force that. That's human beings. Very good, Matt Wilson. All right, next one. We're gonna have a difference on this. Go ahead, you first.
I love it. I love Home Improvement. It's lighthearted. It is 100% opposite of another one that I'll mention in a minute. Well, I'll say
we'll get there when we get there.
It's opposite of Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. They're both great, but they took
completely different stances.
In Home Improvement, the wife and the husband laugh with each other instead of at each other. Everybody loves Raymond. Can we do that next? Since there's so
I'll move it closer. Okay. Keep going.
Because Home Improvement was a positive laugh show. There was no, like you said, this one show cut each other down.
Yeah, it's not like Community where we hate each other.
Everybody loves Raymond, and they ripped each other. It was a dark humor.
It was.
Where Home Improvement was a lighthearted, funny. Like, he would do things, and she would just look at him. He's trying to hot rod the car, the toaster. He's a tool guy, but doesn't know what the hell he's doing with the tools. About kills each other.
And him and his partner, it's the same thing. Like, they work with each other, but his partner's the competent one.
And he's a nerd. He's a nerd, but the Home Improvement guy, he was funny though. But in the show, he's supposed to be funny. I loved it. I mean, it has to be a B.
All right, here I go.
It has to be a B.
I am not super into it. Okay, here we go. You guys know, you've been with me long enough, if anyone's been here. You guys know what I love. I love pure-heartedness, kindness, and friendship, breaking through and showing what's right. I love the Lord's Echoes of Love being shown in fictional stories and it being seen in that. That being said, I loathe series like Leave It to Beaver and that kind of thing. I hate it. And here's my reason. If there is nothing but smiling and oh good golly gosh, things are just not so right.
Some people positive in the world.
Pull my hair out.
Some people positive in the world.
There is no. If you are to have.
They had arguments in the show.
All right.
I'm saying we are polar opposite.
We are. I know.
We are watching into the spectrum.
Dadalus and I are watching Demon Slayer right now. Okay, it's very good. Go see if you haven't. It's fantastic. Demon Slayer has some of the best. The main character, Tanjiro, is amazing. I love him. I wish I would have grown up on him as well. He's so kind, so good. And he has light and hope given in a dark place. And the reason it stands out to me is in order to show love, you have to show despair. You have to have it you have to have it as polar.
There's enough other shows on network you can go watch.
I know that. Here's the thing. I don't like dark shows either. I don't care for Attack on Titan. I'm finishing it because I'm that far in it. But stuff like that. I don't care for that. I like shows like Bleach, One Piece and stuff where there's a lot of despair, but it's like, nah, this is being taken out. I'm bringing this up because Home Improvement hold on, I'll get to him. That was Sensei's fine. Home Improvement to me feels like, and it's not that bad, but it's enough that it touches me. I'm like, it has that feeling of that fake plastered smile that Leave It to Beaver has. Mm-hmm. Not a lot. You're right. They do get on each other. There is a little bit of edge, a little bit. Yes. But it has just enough of that good golly gosh that I'm like, someone make a joke on someone else and actually have some chemistry here. It feels forced a little bit. It is good.
I'm going with a B.
I will give you the B. I do not think it's bad enough. I just want to put that out there. I do think it's good. And it's not that bad. This is a personal thing for me a little bit more. It's just, I don't do shows that are like fake happy.
What was this for? Home Improvement?
That was say. Home Improvement depends on if you like Tim Allen or not. He's fine.
I like Tim Allen.
He's fine. I actually have nothing against Tim Allen. I think he's okay.
I mean, look, he redid it when he made A Last Man Standing. It's kind of the same show.
That one I liked more. Because that one had more of like the real life edge and down to earthness. Dadalus Sensei, have you watched it? I've seen most of it. And more edgy thing. It's not about edge. It's not about edge. It's about a tone. There is this tone that Leave It to Beaver and Home Improvement a little bit. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. What the Gruffy show?
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith. That total piece of crap. Leave It to Beaver's just as bad. Where it's like, oh my, good golly gosh. Gee, I feel so bad. Oh, it's like, this is fake. This is fake and I hate it.
It's the 50s.
Point is, Home Improvement has that feel a little bit. Last Man Standing is much better. I love Last Man Standing was way better. But Home Improvement's not bad. I agree with the B. I'm not against the B. I'm just like, I would never even remotely put it higher, and I'll struggle with B, but I'll let it because of that reason. I would say C.
Yeah, Last Man Standing was hilarious. And the middle daughter was smoking.
All right. Everyone loves Raven.
Okay,
I have seen a decent amount of this, actually.
It's hilarious.
It was funny.
They take opposite ends of
this is...
This is which one you want, because these two were nice and funny to each other, where Everybody Loves Raymond is
bitter. There is an underlying bitterness.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I know you're like, oh, Vickers, you must love that. No, I didn't like that either. There's a middle ground for me. So... That being said, I did think it was more funny.
Oh, it was good. I'm still gonna have to go with B.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Opposite ends of the spectrum. It's just more lighthearted.
Reem is such a little whiny little.
His wife always laughed at him. His stupidity.
And can we say
Raymond wanted to punch him?
And his wife. What is his wife? The first time you've ever termed it, and I've never forgotten it, and apply it to this day. I will never say it to anyone. But what is his wife? Raymond's wife. What did you call her? What is she?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. She's ugly cute.
She is.
There are some women. We got great looking women. Okay, we just mentioned it. Last Man Standing. That middle daughter. If you look at the middle-aged daughter and you tell me she's not smoking hot, then move away from me. I don't want to see the women you date. Don't do a blind date for me.
We're gonna get canceled
because that girl's just drop dead gorgeous. But then there's some women that are pretty. Then there's some women that are just ugly, and we'll mention
Everyone is a
one.
preference. Everyone has preferences. God, everyone's beautifully, wonderfully made, biblically.
There's some
Everyone is
ugly
beautifully,
guy.
wonderfully made.
There's some
Everyone's
ugly guy waiting for them
beautifully
to
and
win.
wonderfully
Now
made.
here's your definition of ugly. The Geico commercial, not Geico,
Stop.
the
Progressive
with the ugly
Flo?
what's her name? Flo.
I don't think she's terrible. She's not pretty. She's not pretty.
Disowning. She's disgusting. And then there's another category I created, I call ugly cute, where they're not attractive, they're not Flo.
You know who's ugly?
But they're not ugly, but they're ugly, but there's something cute about it.
You know who's ugly cute? There's a game coming out. You might want to see it. It's Star Wars, set in Star Wars universe, called Outlaws. It's coming out very recently. It'll be 2024.
I'm trying to read what
We'll do it later. He's fine. In 220, he's fine. I know him.
Sorry, he's blowing you
He's
off.
fine. We've been through years.
Right.
There's a Star Wars game. The main character is a girl. She reminds me of Deborah. She's very ugly cute. She's got this cute little. She's a little small. She's got like the look.
I was
She's very
saying.
ugly. So hold on. Okay.
Everybody Raymond
stop.
is dark. Yeah.
Okay. That was insane. Last Man Standing is much better. Yes. Raymond is dark.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. If you can't handle that, it's bad. Yeah. If you like it, it's the best. Deborah's ugly cute because Raymond's ugly, and also a whiny. Yeah. She puts up with it.
But she's physically
I
ugly.
completely understand
You don't
how
look at
Dadalus is.
Deborah and go, man, she's good looking, but you're like,
she's kind of cute.
She's
got this
you never call her pretty. She's kind of not ugly, but not good looking. But there's something about her that's very cute.
But yeah, so the premise of the show, we should probably do this. The premise of the show for this one is you have the main character. Who plays Raymond? What's his name?
Replaced him?
No, plays Raymond.
Oh, that's his name,
Raymond. That's right. Because he used his own name basically. He lives in a suburban home. It's pretty normal. The only catch is his mother and father live right down the street.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, that's not a big deal.
Across the street.
That's a big deal.
So everybody is negative to each other. We're home improvement. Like the wife was always laughing.
Everyone's
at Tim's
nagging each
stupidity,
other.
Where in Raymond, wants to punch
everyone's nagging each other. Everyone's undermining.
The next one.
Oh, hold on. So that's kind of Raymond, and everyone kind of plays on that. It is funny.
Yeah.
All right, King of Queens. I've barely seen anything.
I've seen a lot of King of Queens. It really plays off the main character who played in Mall Cop.
I do know him.
Okay.
Yes.
You're kind of laughing at the bigger set guy. He's kind of goofy. So the premise, I think, him and being awkward is more that gets a half decent. Where I don't think the writing was all that great.
What is the premise of the show?
Just like all these shows, he's a delivery guy, like a UPS guy. His wife's at home, kind of somewhat Peggy Bundy, kind of annoying at times. Not Peggy Bundy, but that type of thing. So just he's always wanting to have a good time, and she's always having him trying to do things. And baby, I got the game on, and more of his oversized self. You kind of laugh at how goofy he is.
Okay.
So I never thought it was really great. I would go a C. It's not bad.
Still pretty middle of the road.
Yeah. If it was on, I would sit and watch it.
He said he understands what I feel about it. Okay, Malcolm in the Middle. Did you ever see it?
I know what it is.
By the way, you talk about mean-spirited. Holy crap. I've barely seen anything of the show. But it is, you want to talk about, okay, whereas Raymond is underlying bitterness that comes out a few times with bursts, but everyone Malcolm in the Middle is just like outright bitterness to each other, like in the home. It's like everyone is kind of loose a little bit. It's kind of like, from what I understand, Arrested Development, but everyone's kind of loose a little bit. I've barely seen it, but it's kind of crazy, but I don't know very much about it. Have you ever seen too much? All right, well, we'll move it here, and we'll see about seeing more later. New Girl. Did you ever see it? I remember when it was advertised. Well, 5 is enough. All right.
To me, they tried.
What's the premise?
Almost like Friends.
But isn't it?
Did that come in after Friends?
Oh yeah, it did.
Okay, they tried to remake
Isn't
Friends.
the catch like, oh, it's a girl with a bunch of guys?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the catch? Like she's just one of the guys, but it's like a girl.
They come into her. You know what? Not Friends. It'd be more like a spinoff of.
I can't help him, guys.
I'll get it. I swear. Don't get old.
We can't help it.
Seinfeld.
Oh.
Everybody comes in the side. They come in. Hey, she's the main girl. They all come into her apartment. It's kind of a Seinfeld thing. I quit watching it because I just didn't think it was funny.
I mean, is it funny at all? Like, okay, F? That bad?
I give it an F. Yeah, I know what it is.
Is it at least D?
If I saw it on the TV, I'd pass right by it.
Okay.
My definition of F is if I see it on the TV, Other than the girl and Everybody Loves Earl or whatever, the blonde-haired girl, I would move right by.
Roseanne.
Oh gosh, that was in the 80s. It was
I mean,
annoying.
that's all you.
People were popular.
What
but,
is a Roseanne? Tell me the premise, because I barely know myself.
Oh my gosh, they were like
Isn't it a maid
they were not no they weren't
that's
even
something else.
middle class. They'd be almost between poor and middle class.
Okay.
She ended up wearing up in
Oh
blinds.
God, that's right.
He was a big, heavyset guy. Again, you're playing on his goofiness. They had a couple kids. It was almost like Family Ties. Tried to be like a poor man's version of Family Ties. People loved Roseanne. It was very popular. Her voice. I thought the comedy was raunchy, where Home Improvement was more family values. They had more raunchy subject matters.
But we like raunchiness in
And,
Married with Children. So why is it not good here?
Totally different.
Hmm.
The mark was way off.
Okay, where would you put it? You're the only one. I got nothing.
What did he say?
Yeah, I know. We'll get to it. Babel says we will get to it.
Somebody may disagree with me, but I thought it sucked. So I'm going to F.
All right.
If I had to and you twist my arm, I'd give it a C.
C?
Because it was very popular.
C? Okay, then D then.
No. Oh, I'm sorry, D.
D. Okay, sorry.
I was thinking.
Okay. All right. Rules of engagement. I know nothing. Do you know anything
I know the
about
name,
it?
but I don't know anything about it.
All right, we're going to skip right. Here we go. Scrubs.
You love Scrubs.
I do not love Scrubs. It was in college.
Okay, I tried to watch it with you. And to be honest, we watched episodes. Oh, yes, we did. We watched like the first season.
I didn't love it. The guys at college loved it. And the Bible says they don't want to like it because you
had me watch it with you for like the first season.
First season sucks anyway, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
I've never seen the whole thing. I've only seen I saw the last the epilogue season.
No. We watched a number of episodes.
You know it's a hospital show.
Yes.
You know that.
And I thought it was terrible, but you kept asking me to watch it with you.
Okay. I thought you loved it. Give me your spin. I don't love it. I like it.
Terrible.
What do you not like? Because it
was just lame. I mean, this doctor's a complete loser, but he's like the most genius doctor of all.
What, the one guy? With the mean one?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a real good doctor, right?
I thought you'd like him. No. We're not talking about the main character, right? The main character is the big nose.
The main character is the doctor.
No, the main character is... Well, yes, but they're all doctors. It's Turk and what's his... Personally, it's overrated. I do think it's overrated.
That's my point.
Not Dr. Cox.
It's supposed to be a spin-off, like a comedy goofiness of. We had a lot of hospital shows, dramas, yes. And it's supposed to be a spin-off in goofiness.
Okay,
hold on. That, and I just didn't think they hit it. They're trying to be. Airplane
this show
was a spoof of all the.
This show.
Yes.
Okay, that's the main character. This guy, he's supposed to be like the pick it up Buttercup and stuff. I thought you'd like him because he's like no nonsense.
No, they tried to make a slapstick to make fun of the serious ones, and they missed it. That's all.
I only watched it to get closer to Kristen Cipher. Yeah, so here's mine. In college, I have friends. Babel Sensei was one of them. Once again, I know you didn't really super like it. I was never super into it. I've barely seen, honestly, all that much at all. But a lot of my friends in the dorms love Scrubs. They watch all the time. My roommate, you know who I'm talking about, he watched it all the time and stuff. And I thought it was fine. Like, I was like, oh, it's cute. But it's starting to go into that stupid humor. Like, it's a little bit, which he hates, that stupid humor of like, what the crazy situation?
Because sometimes you push on there's a fine line in everything. There's a fine line between, like Urkel is annoying. So there's a fine line, and to me, they missed the line.
I don't think it's bad. I would give it a C, but for you, could we put it in D?
I won't. If you want to give it a C, I would give it a D. But if you want to,
I'm fine it being in D because I'm not going to fight for it higher. I have fond memories because of college, but I don't think it's like super great.
Okay, now we're getting down to some. Spin City I never watched. Saved by the Bell I did not watch.
Okay, you never watched Saved by the Bell?
I know it is. It's some doofus little teenagers in the 90s, wasn't it? 80s, 90s?
I don't know. That a little stupid. Half the episodes are goofy and done like slapstick. It's kind of cringe. It's cringe because of the way they did it. I love slapstick. I love slapstick.
If you do it right, like Airplane. Remember the movie Airplane? It's just
But
how you do
they
it.
kind of did it in a way that was like, I got a little bit of fondness for the characters, a little, but it wasn't strong enough. All right, Always Sunny. All right, I will take this one. For Epsilon, my cousin, and the friend group, I will take this one because they love this show. They will die for this show. Always Sunny in Philadelphia is, you know how I talked about Community, right?
Yeah.
And you know how Married with Children is, right? You know how kind of crazy. Always Sunny in Philadelphia is that to the 13th level. It is a group of friends? I don't even know who do the stupidest crap together. And I'm talking like they'll go to a gun show, get involved, and then steal a couple guns and be like, guys, we got this. And then like make a play and fire off the guns at the end thinking it's going to be funny. And then they have the police come and they have to run or something like that. Like we're talking unhinged as it's probably more unhinged than the rest of Velvet. It's insane. Like these people are insane. They even go to a psychiatrist one time, and it is funny. It is funny. I'm not into it. It's not my kind of thing. It's way too much. Babel's insane. The Trailer Park Boys is more sophisticated. It's Trailer Park Boys even more unhinged. If you ever see anything about that, it is. I'm going to put it in C because of honoring Epsilon and the friend group. And I've seen bits, and bits of it are very quotable in a very stupid way. Okay. There is funny in it. It's got Danny DeVito.
Oh, okay.
It is very funny. It's almost like a skit show. Almost.
Okay.
Because they have these really crazy situations that are almost like set up skits. But it is happening in their world, and they do have to live with it. So I wanted to take that because it is a show. It is very weird. This show is painful to watch. It's that was to say, take Friends, mash in Beavis and Butthead, and finish off with Rugrats. I think it's more like Trailer Park Boys, Community, and Arrested Development, and then poured into the sewer, and then have it come out and frickin' try to find a life of its own. It is insane. I'll put it in D. I think it has some merit.
We spent too much time on it.
Okay. 70s show.
Is your AC not working?
It's working. That's it going. This is as good as it gets.
We need to put the fan and blow from the kitchen. I'm
going to move. Just deal with it for now. I'm going to move. Babelson say this is why you're not coming over again until I move. You will not be in this house.
Man,
apartment.
It's hot.
It's awful.
All right, that 70s show.
I've seen a lot of it.
I grew up in the 70s. So I know where they were trying to go with it, the dress, everything they nailed. I just didn't think the comedy was all that
It does have the girl you like.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Oh, I don't know. The dark-headed girl.
Shut up, Meg.
But
you keep going.
I grew up in the 70s. So I thought, okay, they'll make situational comedy that I can relate to. But none of the subject matters matched anything in the 70s.
The Star Wars episode did, apparently.
So,
Mila Kunis.
It was okay. I mean, look, if the show came on, I may watch it for a little bit, but nothing grabbed me.
So, I've seen a good bit of it. Like, I've seen like...
It's like a D to me.
I've seen like enough to see a season and a half or something. I watched it every so often. I don't remember why, but it was whenever I was growing up a little bit earlier. It
didn't catch me.
It's fine. It has some...
It's milquetoast.
It is a little milquetoast. It's like they wanted to make it snippy and bitter a little bit, like Raymond and kind of stuff.
You kind of watch it and think, oh, this is going to be funny. And then you kind of sit there and you're like,
where's the funny? It's not bad. It's not... It's
kind of like you ever heard a song, you're like, it's got a good rhythm and everything, but you're like...
You're waiting for the beat to drop, something to be better, and it's like...
Not right with this song.
Babel. The 70s show is a show made in the 90s for 90s kids, not 70s kids.
Okay.
I didn't think it was that good either.
Do you have a fan in your room?
Nope.
There's no fan?
Nope.
All right. You guys talk about it for a second. I'm going to cool down for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'll do that 70s show because I'm one. It is fine. It is... I'm going to put it in C. Is C okay?
Yeah.
It is very like these. It's very like Frasier, where it's like, this is, based on what Dad said about Frasier, this is fine. I'll watch this. It's kind of like that. It's like, We're fine with that.
Let's move on.
All right. Oh boy.
Okay, The Office.
Here we go.
Why do you say here we go?
Just go ahead. You go first.
Um,
Point your hate mail
My
and put
problem
the target
is-
on Dadalus.
the main guy,
I
I
haven't
don't.
gone yet.
Everybody gets people in this life that annoy you, and you know nothing about them. And
Thank you, Bad Wolf Sensei.
I have a couple. The main guy just freaking annoys the crap. I don't think he's funny. The way he looks into the camera, I know there's a lot of shows you look at. It's totally fine. It's not how they do it. He's not funny to me. He's annoying to me. His facial expression, I think he's all funny. And I'm like, you're not funny in that stupid 40-year-old version. You think that's funny? You're not a funny guy. There's nothing about you funny. So to me, he kills the show. I like the girl.
Pam.
I think she's cute. Everybody watched it for Pam because she's like the girl next door. Not beautiful, but just like, she's really cute. Something about her. I thought the other characters are pretty good. I think the premise is good, but I can't get past him. He annoys me. Now, at some point, I'm probably going to watch it, even though he annoys me. But every time I see him in it, I'm like, I'm kind of liking it. Oh, he just killed him. He's a buzzkill for me. I just don't like him.
Anything else? No, let me do it. Anything else?
No, the main reason is because of him.
All right, my turn. Bad Wolf Sensei. It's overrated. It's overrated. It's forced. Offbeat in all our ways. I agree. Here we go. All right, point the target at me. Put your hate mail to 1-800. I do not give a crap. Okay. Remember how I said that if you're gonna watch season 1. That's with every sitcom. Remember how I said with Home Improvement, you can't be too. Oh boy, gosh, golly gee. Remember how we're talking about moderation and framing, and how I always talk about that, guys. You know how I always talk about that, and how it's the most important thing. This is that. The Office, and I'm going to say it, and Aaron from Game Grumps has said this before when he watched it, and I agree with him. The Office is mean.
Is who?
It's mean.
Oh yeah.
These characters are not.
Each other.
These characters are not characters who are like the Community, where it's like, you freaking. But I guess I care about you. No, they just are mean to each other.
Yeah.
They put each other down. And it's not even like Raymond where there's an underlying bitterness that needs to be dealt with. They need therapy. That family needs therapy. But they do love each other. They could make it through therapy. These guys would not make it through therapy. They are mean to each other. They are mean-spirited. They try to one-up each other all the time. There is a constant tension that is not fun to me. The other reason I don't like it is because it relies a lot on embarrassment humor. And if I hate anything, I despise embarrassment humor. It makes me feel awful. I hate it. I do not.
Like
the one episode,
like the Walkers, everything was embarrassing.
The one episode where the main guy, what's his name? I forgot. The main guy promised in the past. He promised this school of kids, this class of kids, that if they reached, because they were really down, like inner city kids, they were doing terrible. But if they reached high school, they all passed with like really high grades. He would pay for all their colleges. He was doing it because he just wanted the attention. Because once again, he's a man child, and I do agree with Dadalus. He's not funny. And then that time rolls around, and they're like, yay, they hold this big bash for him. And the whole joke is he can't pay for their college. So the whole joke is he's like awkward about it, and kind of playing it off. I remember sitting there, and I had to leave the room. It was the most embarrassing, awkward, worst thing I had to experience. I hated it. The show is mean. There are only a few characters I actually care about. Pam and the other guy who she's with, the wonderful love story, which is very sweet. And Kevin's okay. There are a few I care about, and the rest, Dwight is a blight boil upon the earth. He's not funny. He's mean. And there's just a lot. I don't like it. They're mean to each other. They're awful. So, The Office, send your hate mail to me.
Oh,
I think it's trash. Do you want to put it higher, man? I don't like it at all.
Well, the next one down, 2.5 Men. I don't like, what's his name? Mr.
Winning.
Mr.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Mr.
Winning. I'm winning.
There's nothing funny about that guy, and he's so popular now. Like,
it's because he's off the rails.
A train wreck.
It's because he's off the rails.
He's not funny in the least.
He's funny because he's a train wreck.
That show sucks. I'm going an F.
How many have you seen?
I've seen about 5 of them.
All right, that's good enough.
It sucks. It's freaking stupid.
I can't say anything. I've never seen it. I've seen like an episode.
Will and Grace, I wouldn't waste. The girl is just pathetic with that stupid little nose she has. She's a liberal.
Okay, is the show
suck.
funny?
They suck.
How many have you seen?
2.
Nope, you can't rate it.
Well, then she sucks.
Haven't seen. Okay, Workaholics.
I don't know what that is.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I don't know very much, so I'm gonna put it here because I don't know anything about it. Psych. This is the one we were talking about. This is where the premise is he works as like I don't think it's a detective. It's like some kind of like the guys who work with the police to help them figure out stuff, but they're not with the police.
Yeah.
He's like that. He has a photographic memory, but he plays it up that I'm a psychic. And so he uses the photographic memory to figure stuff out and to play on I'm a psychic, where all the police department is like, Psych is a love-or-hate show. Yes, it is. It is very. It is, okay, Psych, and you're going to hate this, is kind of like Scrubs. It's a little slapsticky and crazy and like stupid, but it has a plot because each episode's a murder or something that he's trying to help.
Okay.
Kind of like iZombie, like we did.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like psychic / he's just photographic memory. And he uses psychology with it too to make it play into then make people admit stuff because he knows certain things because he remembers. It's very cute. He does it because he's bored. Yes, he's one of those characters that I'm so smart. I'm so bored.
Okay.
So that was to say we relate
I'm
very
too
much.
cool for school.
Yeah.
All right, so where are you going with it?
I haven't seen enough to rate it, unfortunately. I do like the premise, and the characters seem nice. We're going to put it in haven't seen, but if you haven't seen it, I would suggest it. It's good.
Okay.
All right. Oh, no. Hold on. First, Bernie Mac, because
I've never watched Bernie Mac.
Okay. All right, here we go.
My mom loves Seinfeld.
God rest Grandma's soul.
She loved it.
Oh,
It is probably one of the biggest. Would it be one of the biggest?
It's the biggest sitcom there is, period. There is nothing else.
Cheers, when it went off the air, people cried. It was like, but then Seinfeld kind of even superseded Cheers.
When did Seinfeld start?
When did what start?
When did Seinfeld start?
Let's see. So Cheers was the 80s, because I remember going to school something. And then Home Improvement. I would say mid-90s.
A show about nothing.
Okay. It is so big. I never liked it. It's just me. I'm not saying it. So some of these other shows, I'll tell you, it sucks.
Why is it named Seinfeld?
That's his name.
Oh, okay, got it.
Kind of like
1989. Wow.
Okay.
It's before my birth. It's older than me by 2 years.
George, you would think he's funny. I mean, his character, he's all uptight. There are some episodes I saw I thought was a little.
Those are for you.
Yeah, but other than that, it just did nothing for me. My mom loved it to death. I couldn't get a connection, but I'm not saying it's bad because it did have some of its humor. It just wasn't my style. So.
And the only thing I know about Seinfeld, if you haven't seen it, go to YouTube, type in Seinfeld. Oh, what's it? Hold on, let me see if I can put it in the chat. Hold on. You keep talking.
It's not one of the biggest comedy shows ever.
Oh my gosh. Keep going.
Never did anything for me. I just didn't get it. It was a show about nothing. Seinfeld himself with those big beaver teeth he has.
Yeah,
drives me insane.
So if you haven't seen it, go look this stuff up. Someone made like not John Belushi, like the one guy who did all the good animation back in the day, Secret and all that. I think it is John Belushi. He does like stills as if it was like anthropomorphic kind of show. It's very cute. But yeah, so that's
the girl was annoying.
I barely have seen anything.
I would be shocked, but it's like the Beatles. They're the biggest ever, but I think they suck out the ass.
They suck.
So Seinfeld's the biggest ever, but it did nothing for me. So I'm gonna go C.
It's not.
If it was up to me,
seen it.
If it was up to me, and it was just me in this room, I'd slip it down to a D because it did nothing.
I'm gonna say C. It's got some funny in it. Like it's once again, it's easy watching like these in C. It's like easy watching. All right. Unfortunately, the best one I just realized I hate this list because they're Married with Children S. You agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. We would talk about that all day. It's not on this list. That freaking sucks. Married with Children, if anyone doesn't know, we're going to do the last one. Hold on. Married with Children is a show about a dysfunctional family who, once again, hate each other, but deep down, they would give their left arm for each other.
The beauty of Married with Children is,
in fact,
it's relatable to everybody. Now, people go, what are you talking about? You're so dumb. I said, no.
Right.
Married with Children took everything that every husband's annoyed with about their wife, every wife is annoyed with about their husband, every mom and dad are annoyed with their kids, all the things that kids are annoyed with, and all those are real in the show, but they blew it up so big that they exaggerated to
because it's a dysfunctional.
But if you look at the premise to all those arguments, you can relate to it and laugh because all they did was magnify it so big that it looked abnormal. But the premise of each one of the shows and the arguments is like everybody's like, well, that's your mom. Sometimes I feel like going, just like Peg, she drives me crazy.
But that's the premise of all of these, is that you relate to them. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the premise of a sitcom, is you relate to it and it's blown up.
Somewhat. I mean, I know I don't hang out at a bar for cheers.
But some people do.
I'm not a fix-it guy. So some people are. Everybody's married. Everybody has kids, and so
that's not true.
That one really connected because every parent is annoyed by their kids. Every kid thinks their parents are uncool, and they took every situation. And people don't realize that it's real life because it's so extravagant. You're like, that's ridiculous. But if you look at just the concept, that's why.
So the reason I love it is, remember how I said the whole, you can't be mean to each other, otherwise I hate it. But you can't be too, oh, good gosh. That Married with Children is perfect in the middle.
Because when they bagged on each other, they never bagged on each other from a hatred side.
No, it was never hatred. Target switching. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thanks for following. Married with Children is they all rag on each other all the time, and they're like, but if anything happened, and they show it. They show it in the episode.
There's no
if
anger.
Anything happened to one of them, the rest of the family, freaking cavalry's coming. Remember?
Yeah, I don't know how that's
you mess with a Bundy, you mess with one Bundy, you mess with everybody. And remember, a Bundy never wins, but a Bundy never quits. And it's beautiful because remember how I like character humor. Mm-hmm. This show developed the character so well to a way that you knew that, like, when Al came in and something happened that would inflate his ego, you knew, you're like, oh, here he goes. And then he'd start doing it, and you'd see the reactions, and it's almost tropey for itself. That's what I like. I like when characters are their own tropes. When you know who they are, and a situation happens, you're like, here we freaking go. I know where this is going. And it's funny because you know them. It's like a friend. It's like someone you've developed with. The best thing about Bundy's is they would also like, they would do stuff that you knew this is not going to end well, and it wouldn't, and it would kind of be a lesson on that, and in a weird way, it would link back to the point of, but family's everything, because they would come back to each other. I'm not done. No, Married with Children is too good. Give me a sec. No, it needs to be on this list. I'm going to write it.
I need a fan.
You're fine. You're fine. I play games. I have played games in here when it's like this. I was going to say, when we play Smash, just know this is what I'm like.
This is ridiculous. You need to call them.
I'll do it when I can, all right? I'm moving. Who cares?
Who cares? You'll be here a couple more months.
Barely. It works sometimes. All right, so the big thing with it is, with Married with Children, whenever something would happen, it would come back on itself in a really funny way, but it would also like reestablish the bonds that they have with each other too, in the importance of that. And it also, there were episodes where, remember when Al had that woman from his past come to him, like super loved him, and was literally going to pay Peggy, let me run away with your husband. She was smoking. They got supermodels on this show. And he came back and said, I can't, I'm married with children. Yeah. And it's silly, it's stupid. He like degrades back to his terrible self, and they're like, oh, but it underlies, it's, once again, the surface is silly and you suck. But underlying, there is that foundation of, we love each other, we will die for each other. Mm-hmm. And they mean that. And there is that feeling throughout it. It's also hilarious, too. The comebacks to each other, freaking Al and Marcy is one of the funniest. If you have not, go look up Al's insults in general. They're amazing. And go look up him and Marcy's relationship. She's the neighbor. She's all uptight and everything. But the relationship is hilarious. Go look it up if you have not seen Married with Children. I strongly recommend it. Just keep in mind, it is not PC. It is not even remotely PC. All right. The final one, I moved to the end because we both have a strong opinion in a positive way, and I know where this one's going.
Oh, Parks and Recreation? Oh, yeah, that's what The Office was supposed to be.
Parks and Recreation. Now, let me say it before we go any further. Parks and Recreation is the better Office. fight me.
Oh, by a mile. I mean, it's hilarious. The first season again.
First season's not good, but it's not good for the Office either.
Yeah. But then it just took off. The characters are hilarious. What's his name? The Ron Swanson is my man. It's the first comedy to have liberals and conservatives in it, and they didn't make the conservatives look like
but they also
stupid
did
like
not
always
make
do.
the liberals
His
look
point,
ridiculously
no,
stupid either.
But it's hard to do because there it is anyway.
Dad.
But Swanson was dead when his argument earlier for his conservative
The sandwich analogy
was right on. I was like,
Parks and Rec, like he said, is fantastic. Not just for Ron. The reason I like it is where at the Office, we all love each other, but underneath, no, they don't. They don't. There's a lot of bitterness. They're one-upping each other. The Parks and Rec, they do.
The comedy wasn't even funny in that.
No, I know. What I'm saying is they do. The Parks and Rec crew is like the Friends crew to me.
Yeah, but the comedy is actually funny.
There's that too. I'm trying to make a different point, and we'll go to Hum. Let me have this.
Go for it.
They care about each other. There is, whenever one of them are figuring something out about their lives, like Tom, when he was going through stuff, or like they were in a funny way, but they were still there for each other. Mm-hmm. They still talked with each other. They helped each other. And even whenever they did not see eye to eye, like the liberal part and the conservative, they would be there for each other as people, which is biblical and very true. We are there to be for people. And yes, comedy, way funnier. The Office, in my opinion, relies on embarrassment humor, which is stinging to someone because they're in a terrible situation. Mm-hmm. The Parks relied on, once again, character humor. You knew these characters, and they did things based on their ambitions and based on their personalities that was quirky and funny to get through a situation they were trying to do together. They all tried to tackle a problem, like set up an event or something, but they would all tackle it in different ways because they were all so different. Mm-hmm. But then they would end up coming together and helping each other out, even with the oops, bumps, oh, shoot, what did you do? Yeah. And they would come together with it. And can I say Parks and Rec has one of the best, and I know it's a sitcom. This doesn't matter too much, but I like it. It has one of the best continuity stories. It actually had a story of like where the characters went, development in a sitcom for characters about like where they were going and their trajectory of their job, of their relationships, and where they kind of wanted to be. And it was very sweet. By the end, I felt very sad that it was ending. I was like, these guys have been through a lot, but it's time to end too. Yeah. And I think it's incredible. So can we put it where I think it goes?
You got to put it to an S?
Are you?
No, I had to just put it to an A or a B.
My turn. You got Big Bang. I got Parks.
Okay.
I believe it is S. It probably, besides Married with Children, it is probably my favorite sitcom. Oh. It really is. I love it. I love how the characters care for each other. I love how it's still funny and still they snip at each other, but after the snipping they come together and talk about it too. Like they actually have adult growth. Whereas this one is still man-children trying to overtake one another, and I don't like that. So yeah. So with Married with Children up here too, because I don't know why it's not on the list, but I'm sorry. This is our list. A lot in here. I thought we'd have a few more of these up here. I apologize. But overall, we knew a lot of these.
Yep.
Definitely a lot in the F, more so than I thought that there would be.
Yeah.
But we have some up here. I'm surprised Frasier is so low for you. I have nothing for it. I've heard it's incredible.
It's okay.
But yeah. Yeah, this is our list. This is our sitcom list. How much more American can you get than sitcoms?
You get more than that.
So, yeah. But, so that's our sitcom list. I don't know how everyone feels. I'll put this up on YouTube and on Twitter and stuff. But, yeah. Anything you want to change? Anything you want to move?
I'm happy with all that.
Yeah, I think they all deserve to be where they are. I definitely think Friends is, if we were to look at which one is the best, I think Friends is the best sitcom on it. I think Parks and Rec personally is better for me. But if I was to say, okay, objectively, what's the best sitcom on here that we all agree on, I think Friends deserves it. It is Seinfeld too was a phenomenon, obviously, but we just aren't into it.
This is not
it like Seinfeld, it was a phenomenon. Right?
Yeah,
like it really was.
Oh, yeah.
It was like where I say you go through the characters with development and stuff, you really care in Parks. That was Friends for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. You saw the development, the wedding, the wedding where he says the wrong name and the meaning and all. That's character development. That's continuity and meaning behind it. That means something. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit. So yeah, that's our tier list for our sitcoms for our America Day of 4th of July. All right, so I have another tier list, but I'm guessing we're kind of done here because
What time
you're
is it?
burning up, and it's 9:12. It's totally up to you, but we can stop here if you think this is enough.
How long is the other one going to take? What is it?
It might be a little more involved.
Oh, really?
It has enough that I think we'll have opinions on. So we
Okay.
might want to stop if you
Well,
want to.
I would like to add some you guys have never heard of. It's a British one. It's called the IT Group.
Oh, the IT crowd. IT crowd.
IT Crowd. It's like
I've
Big
seen a
Bang.
little.
It's British.
Too
humor.
dry for me.
It's very dry.
Too dry.
British humor is very dry. I loved it. Mom and I watched it. We
Not my
laughed so hard. Oh my god, it was so.
Now,
funny.
how is that not too goofy? Because they get real goofy with that.
No,
One.
it's like
Is it because it's so dry so it works?
you have to. For me, I'm the kind of guy who says you have to see it. I don't know. I have to look. It's just like food. You got all the ingredients, but until I taste it, I really don't know. So I can't tell you why I like it. It was just it's dry. I know that it's fine.
Very dry. I've seen a little bit. It's very dry.
It was just funny. It was just hilarious to me. Last Man Standing's not there. I would have put Last Man Standing at least a B. I thought the first until they.
Where would IT crowd go?
IT Crowd would probably go to B as well.
Okay. So B IT Crowd, B Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing.
Hold on. Give me a sec, guys. Keep talking.
I'm trying to think if there was another one.
Gosh dang it, stop. You're good. You're good. Keep going.
Sitcoms. No, I kind of quit watching sitcoms. So I don't really.
We watched a lot back in the day. We used to sit down and watch a lot back in our day.
They've gotten worse. So.
I mean, when we've also gotten older, we have other things to do. But we used to watch a lot. Okay, where is it? Sitcoms.
I don't really.
Open with. Man, it is hot in here. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay.
Are you gonna try and write it in there?
Yeah, I can.
It's in black.
I'll fix it.
And you got your font too big. Bro.
I know. I'm fixing it. Give me a second. What the crap is wrong with you? All right. There's Married with Children. All right. You wanted to add
IT Group. But then, remember, there's
IT Crowd. It's IT, so it needs to be capitalized. Because it's not the IT Crowd. It's different. And then we said
Last Man
Standing.
I'd give Last Man Standing an A. I mean, you could push me to a B, and I wouldn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a shoot. I can fix it.
Yeah, I think
you said B on both.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I can fix it. I kind of messed that up.
Just cut.
Where's the select button?
It's that one right there. There, click it. No.
Yeah, but now it's gonna
just move it.
It's gonna make it white. Oh my god, it sucks.
Where did you put it? Oh.
In a sec. Yeah. So, anything else?
You didn't make that big enough.
Anything else while I'm fighting this?
You could have used a black magic.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a couple, but none that's not really worth mentioning.
Anything else for A? Cheers is kind of there by itself, which is kind of weird. I do believe all these deserve S, by the way. So it's not that I'm like avoiding the A. I do believe they all deserve S. Not Big Bang. I would put Big Bang in A personally, but I'm not going to fight against S. I got Parks in S, so. Anything else?
No, I can't think of them.
I'm trying to think of something maybe I've seen. We could do a bunch of Disney Channel, but that's different. I'm not touching those. Elizabeth McGuire would be S tier, of course, but that's me. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. So yeah, this is our tier list. We got Married with Children, another S. Last Man Standing and IT Crowd joining the B ranks with Home Improvement and Everyone Loves Raymond. That's pretty fair.
Yeah.
And then Cheers is A. And then everything else is kind of C for a bunch of ones that a lot of people know, but we just didn't really hook super much, but they're fine. And then these honorable mentions of, yeah, but they just didn't stick, or I've barely seen it. And then the ones we genuinely believe, mostly Dadalus, are trash.
Trash. Trailer trash.
This one being the biggest one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If this had a lower tier, I would actually put it there. I hate The Office. So, yeah. There we go. All right, pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Okie dokie. Well, that'll have to end it for today because it is getting a little late, and you got to work tomorrow.
Yep.
So do I. But
I'll be up at 5:30.
I won't be up near that early, but I still do have to work, and it's hot in here, so we also kind of want to leave.
Yeah, maybe someone needs a call and get there.
I will take care of it.
How much you pay for rent?
Not much. Only $13.50, I believe.
$13.50 is a good amount of money. Boys,
not
you
nowadays.
Guys think $13.50?
Not nowadays. Not for rent.
I don't care.
Not for rent.
Still $1,350. You can't get an air conditioner to work.
I'll see what I can do. Anyway, happy 4th, everyone. Thank you so much for coming by. Once again, as a reminder, we will
Wait a minute, real quick. What's your favorite food on 4th of July?
I don't really care.
I'd say barbecue.
Burgers, I guess. I mean, I eat the same food every single day. I don't have much of a big palate, so.
I'd say barbecue.
Sure, that's fine. But yeah, so little reminder, we will be doing. Oh, there is one more thing. Oh my gosh, there's one more thing I forgot. Little reminder, we will be doing stream this Friday for Kingdom Hearts Chronicle. We're doing Kingdom Hearts 3 all the way through. You remember it? We just did Monsters Inc.
Who's doing that?
Me. I'm doing it for the streams. But here's the
thing.
thing.
You play right through the whole thing?
We're almost done. I played through all the other games. That's what we're doing.
One night?
No. We've been doing it throughout the years. We're finally through.
Wow.
Here's the thing, though. We're doing this because when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, I will play it alone first. That is happening. And then, whenever
Is there really going to be a Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, yeah. It's already at the trailer. I showed you the trailer. Don't say anything about it.
But that was at the end of the game we played.
Kind of, too. But here's the thing. Whenever we get to 4, I will play it alone. And then, remember how we always play it together? What we want to do is, if you're okay with it, let's merge the Kingdom Hearts Chronicle of me doing it on his first stream and you seeing it for the first time together.
I'll be sitting in this chair.
Yep.
I kind of like that. Nice, comfortable effect. Don't I need to sit right here and I watch you?
Can't do it because we have to have the camera.
I kind of like watching
we'll be in a different area. Maybe we'll set it up differently. I'll be in a different area.
I got a big TV I watch it on.
Maybe we can set up my new apartment. Maybe we can set up my apartment.
Oh, he sits here.
Maybe we can set up my new apartment so that your lazy boy can be in view of the TV.
I like that.
Okay, so we'll see. Maybe you can help me with that. But, so we'll be doing that. Kingdom Hearts Chronicle happening on Friday, 10 o'clock p.m. We will be doing it. But we will not be doing it the week after. Next week, I'm going to be out. So just let me know about that. There is one more thing I need to do. One more thing. Close your eyes. There's one more thing we must do. Because Dadalus and I have not played a game for a while, guys. And you may have noticed that. We apologize. Bleach is coming out. We don't want to do it. So there is one more thing I want to do. Just one more thing. And I just want you to close your eyes. Don't look.
Son, I'm looking backwards.
I know. I'm just making sure. Okay. Give me a sec. There's one more thing I want to know. And I just want to check on this real quick and see about something. So let me ask you a question, Dadalus. Let me ask you a little bit of a question here. I should probably not let people see my desktop. Hold on. Is this? All right, that's pretty good. That doesn't really show anything. Well, actually, I can. Hold on. There we go. All right, Dadalus. Let me ask you something. Which of these two do you like?
Well, I know one of them.
One of them is what?
Pikachu.
And the other one is called Eevee. He's a little fox Pokemon.
I don't know anything about that one.
Let me ask, if you had to pick one of these, what would you pick?
Well, I pick Pikachu because I know him. I don't know the other.
Well, I mean, if you think Eevee's cute, that's fine too.
Nah, I still don't.
You want Pikachu? You like Pikachu? Okay. Keep that in mind. I'm just asking. It's just a question.
Okay.
Just a question. For the future. Don't know why. Hey, Dadalus, when's the last time you played a video game?
Oh, I know where you're going.
When's the last time you played a video game, Dad? No, just answer a question.
20 years ago?
Oh, man, that's been a while. You might need to do that. Why do you do that, Dadalus?
I'm not much of a game player.
Hold on,
I'm not a game player.
Hold on, don't move.
I'm not a game player. I'd rather sit and just watch you play it in that nice, comfortable lazy boy back there. Not sitting in this chair for hours watching him play.
You might need, I don't know, guys. I'm just saying, you know, we all have childhoods here. Yes, this is an original one from way back when. Yes, we have childhoods here, and yeah, as we talk about stuff from the past, you've shared a lot from me, Flash Gordon and stuff. Maybe we could share some of my childhood with you.
Oh, Lord.
What do you think? Just something to keep in mind, guys.
No, you asked me that because I
Let's just see where it goes. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. God bless, and good night.
Go Gators.